Hello children, today we are back with our maths class, and today we are going to discuss about coordinate geometry and how to plot points on graphs. Now this coordinate geometry is there in class 9 as just how to learn just idea of coordinate geometry and what is coordinate geometry and all those things. But in class 10 other than this coordinate geometry, you will also learn how to plot points. How to not only to plot points and all, you will also learn how to use the points in solving different sums. Okay, using different formulas. Okay, for now we are going to learn about the very basic things of coordinate geometry, and so that you have a clear idea when we go to solve the sums. Okay, now you all know about number line, correct? What is a number line? When we plot the numbers along a straight line, okay, and an imaginary line, that is known as number line. And in number line, what do we have? We have 0 as it midpoint of the number line, and we have two arrows extending in both the direction, showing that this line is not ending anywhere. Okay, it's not ending at a particular point. It is not a line segment actually. Okay, it's a unending line. Okay, in both the direction. And what does both the direction show? It is a line on which we plot numbers. Okay, and the numbers are equidistant from each other. Okay, that means if this distance is suppose say 5 units, then the next will be also 5 units. Okay, next will also be after 5 units only. Now what are 5 units, 4 units, what we are saying, what are all those, we will be discussing. Okay, for now you just understand that number line, on number line what do? We plot the numbers. Okay, and on number line 0 is the midpoint of it. Okay, and the right side of the 0 represents all positive numbers, correct? These things we have already discussed in the first chapter. Okay, and still a revision of it, and the left side denotes the negative numbers, right? Now this number line, okay, when we use two number lines to plot a particular point, to indicate a particular point, what are the rules that we follow? All these things are written in a separate branch of mathematics which is known as coordinate geometry. Okay, coordinate geometry is a combination of geometry, okay, and algebra. Okay, geometry, you know that we have drawn all figures. What are geometry? Geometry is dealing with figures. Okay, and what is algebra? Algebra means it's a branch of science or maths, we can say more specifically, that it contains it's a combination of operators and variables and constants. Okay, with all these facts we will be defining coordinate geometry. Okay, so in coordinate geometry, okay, for class 9 and 10 we deal with only two axes. Axis means what? Axis here means the number lines. Only two number lines we will be using, okay, to generate one position of a point. Okay, to denote one position of a point we will be using two number lines. Okay, and what are these number lines? See, both the number lines are same only. Number line means number line only. It will have the characteristics will be same. So both the number lines will have a midpoint of 0, and it will be extended in both the direction as one side positive numbers, another side negative numbers. Now then, how both the number lines can be plotted in a single paper? What do? We keep one number line and we bring the other number line perpendicular to it. Okay, we bring the other number line perpendicular to it such that both the zeros or the midpoint intersect at a particular point. Okay, so that both have a common point of intersection. Okay, and that point is the 0. Okay, now when we denote each point, okay, now when we denote each point, then we can say that which it will denote the position of a particular point. Okay, similarly, as if I draw another number line, it will also have a 0 and this side positive numbers and this side negative numbers. Okay, so when I put another number line over here such that it is perpendicular. Perpendicular means what? It will, the angle formed between the two axes. Axis means over here number line will be 90 degree. Okay, perpendicular means the angle formed between the two number lines is 90 degree. Now when we are talking about coordinate geometry, we will always say it as axis. Okay, axis. Number lines in coordinate geometry are denoted as axis. Okay, so don't get confused when I say that these are x-axis, y-axis and all those things. Okay, don't get confused. Okay, there is nothing to worry about. It's just the number lines. Okay, and when these number lines intersect with one another at a particular point, that is known as origin. Okay, the 0, 0 point of both the number line, this is also a number line and this is also a number line. So 0, 0 position of both the line is known as origin. So let me erase it off and make it clear, make a clear picture of it. Now this is one number line, and as I have told you, when I bring another number line and situate it perpendicular to it, to this line, it is known as okay, see, this is one number line and I have brought another line of numbers, okay, such that both the zeros are coinciding at a same point. Okay, they have a common point of intersection. Okay, and this is I am bringing both the number lines on a single piece of paper. Now why do I do so? Why do I need to plot both this might come to your mind that why do I need to bring both the number lines on, why do I need to learn actually this coordinate geometry? Now see, to find a location, okay, find a location like when you're moving your fingers on your mobile, or you need to have some reference number, right? If I tell you where's your house, okay, you need to provide me the address, correct? You need to provide me the address of your house, so that using that I can directly come to that position. Okay, so like, so that is the main thing, that that is the main concept why we are learning this number line, so that we can easily find the position of a particular point. Okay, now I am naming these two number lines. Okay, when I am using two number lines, I have to name them, okay, as you all have a particular name. So this number, first number line, which is horizontal, okay, that is known as x axis, okay, and the vertical one is known as y-axis. This is known as y-axis. Okay, x-axis and y-axis. And this y-axis also have, if I am standing over here, okay, facing this one. Imagine yourself, you are standing over here, okay. Then what I told you, if I am standing over here, okay, then my right hand is showing the positive numbers and my left hand is showing the negative numbers, right? So similarly, when I am standing over here also, my right hand will always show, if I am facing this side, okay, my right hand will always show the positive numbers. So in that way we can say that this side are all positive integers, okay, and this side are the negative integers. Negative integers of which axis? Y-axis. Okay, negative integers of y-axis. Now this is known as origin. Okay, origin of both the line. Okay, origin means what? Starting point. Correct. From here, if I go right, I'll get all positive numbers, and from here if I go left, I'll get all negative numbers. Similarly, if I go right this side, I'll get all positive numbers. If I go left, I'll get all negative numbers. Okay, so this is known as x-axis and this is known as y-axis. X-axis is also known as abscissa, okay, and y-axis is known as ordinate. Okay, so we got two names. Okay, four things actually we have learned. Number lines are also known as axis. Okay, when two number lines are brought in a single piece of paper, are drawn in a single piece of paper, what do? We have a common point that is known as origin, and both the number lines will be perpendicular to each other, which means the angle formed between the two axes will be 90 degree. Okay, next what we have learned, that the horizontal line is known as the x-axis and the vertical line is known as the y-axis. Okay, next what we have learned, that x-axis is known as abscissa and y-axis is known as ordinate. Okay, so this abscissa and ordinate, the combination of both forms the coordinate. Okay, so combination of abscissa and ordinate together forms coordinate. What is the meaning of the word coordinate? Coordinate means what? When we are, now what is the meaning of the word coordinate? Coordinate means something when we are doing things together, right? So here abscissa and ordinate both are working together to locate a particular point, so hence it is known as coordinate. So when I say coordinate of a point is, suppose I am using a particular number like 2, 3, okay? Coordinate of a number is 2, 3, which means what? 2 is denoting the x and 3 is denoting the y. So both x and y denotes the position of the point. Okay, without x I can't find the location, without y I can't find the location. So both the things I need together to find the position. Okay, hence it is known as coordinate. And as we are plotting points, which means we are drawing graphs and lines and curves, so it is also a geometry. So hence we can say coordinate geometry is a combination of geometry as well as algebra. Okay, now Now let's talk about the different sections. Okay, different sections of this plane. Okay, if I consider this as a plain paper. Okay, so how many sections did I get? This is one section. Okay, this is the other, this is the third one, and this is the fourth one. Now you might say I can name it like 1 2 3 4 or 1 2 3 4. No, you always have to move in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, you have to keep in mind that when you're naming something, you have to move it in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, now each block, okay, if I consider this as a paper, okay, if I consider this whole thing as a paper, I'm getting 4 blocks, correct? I'm getting 4 blocks. So the first block is having only positive integers. You see, this side, when I am saying about all the numbers this side will be positive, all the numbers this side will be positive again. Okay, within this block, okay, all the numbers within this block will be positive. So x will also be positive, y will also be positive. So this is known as the first quadrant. Okay, now what does the word quad mean? Quad means 4, and you see here we have 4 blocks. Okay, so quadrant, here we denote the different blocks. Okay, and the first block is known as the first quadrant. Okay, first quadrant, and it has only positive x and positive y. Positive x, positive y means what? If you get points like as I have discussed 2 3, jhat se you will understand that those 2 points will always lie in this portion of the paper. Okay, it will not lie in this portion or this portion or this portion. Seeing the coordinate only, you will understand that it will lie in this portion of the paper. Okay, next, this is known as the second quadrant. Okay, this is known as the second quadrant, and here you see this axis is negative. This is the negative of x, and this is the positive of y. So it's a combination of negative x, positive y. Okay, so it will have negative x, positive y. Okay, so if I give you a quadrant as -2 3, okay, then you will understand that, oh, the x portion is negative and the y portion is positive, so my graph or my point will be always in this block. Okay, if this is the case. Okay, now third one will be, you see, this block has bounded by negative x axis, negative y axis. Okay, so this is known as forms our third quadrant, and it has negative x and negative y, right? So any number, any point, if I get like -2, -3, I'll understand that plotting, when I plot this point, it will always fall under this block. Okay, and the fourth one is known as my fourth quadrant, and it comprises of, what is the boundary of this block? Positive x, negative y. So I'll name it as I'll have x positive and negative y. Okay, positive x, negative y. So if I have a number like 2 minus 3, okay, I'll always understand that it will fall in this point. Okay, And also I can name the axis. Okay, so like I name the if I have a line segment, I always name them. Okay, so similarly you can name the axis like x dash, and this y axis you can name it as y dash. Okay, this is our basic thing of coordinate geometry. So now we will be seeing about how to plot points on graph and how to draw a graph, how to draw lines of graph, okay, using one linear equation. Okay, now see, I have few points that are to be plotted on the graph. Okay, first point is what? 5 minus 2. Okay, your abscissa is 5 and ordinate is minus 2, or you can say x is coordinate xy. If I take, then x is 5, y is minus 2 in this case. Second one, minus 6 and 7. Okay, third one, 1 and 3, and the fourth one, minus 4, minus 3. Now if I say you to judge whether all these coordinates that are given, if I tell you, by seeing only you have to tell me that it falls in which quadrant. Okay, now see, first one is x is positive, y is negative. Now x positive, y negative, if I just imagine, here both were positive, here x was negative, y was positive. Here what it was? Both x and y was bounded by negative axis, so both were negative. And here x was positive and y was negative, right? So here you see it is 5 is positive and y is negative, so positive and negative, so it will be in fourth quadrant. Okay, fourth quadrant, correct? Okay, second one, minus 6, 7. Okay, minus and plus, so minus and plus, so this will be in second quadrant. Third one, you see, 1 and 3 both are positive, so it will be in first quadrant. And the fourth one, you see, both are negative, so both negative means in third quadrant. Okay, now this is not our question. Our question, we have to plot and we have to show how to plot these points on graph. Okay, for this let us take one graph. Okay, and I'll show you how we can draw graph. Okay, just from the middle, okay, middle of the graph, take a scale and draw a line. Okay, now you see, in this graph there are some thick lines and some thin lines, correct? Now this thick lines, and within there are three types of lines actually. One is thickest, thicker and thick. Okay, there are three types of lines. This one is the thinnest one. Okay, and you see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After 5 small boxes, you have a little thicker line. Okay, and again you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and after that again you have one thick line. So total between two thicker means thickest line. Okay, if I consider these lines as the thickest one, you can say that within two thick lines you have 10 small divisions. Okay, and after 5 divisions you have one little thicker line. Okay, in this way the whole graph is designed. Okay, now as I told you, you have to draw 2 axes, which means 2 number lines. Okay, so for that I have, from the middle of the graph I have drawn one line. Now this will represent the y-axis. Similarly, for the x-axis I will take the middle of the page and select any one of the thicker line. You can draw with the thinner line also, but we usually draw with the thicker lines. Okay, so I'll take any of the thick line. Okay, and I'll draw one line again. Okay, so this side also I have one line, and again this side also I have another line. Okay, now I have to put arrow marks. Why I have to put arrow marks? Because this is not ending over here. Okay, this can increase this side, this can increase this side also, and similarly here also I'll put one arrow mark. Okay, and down also I'll put arrow mark. Understood? Okay, now as I told that both the axes, I'll name the axis. This will be x, this will be x dash. Okay, this will be y, and similarly down it will be y dash. Okay, so I have the axis as x, x dash, and y, y dash. Correct? Now as I told you, both the axes will have a coinciding point, and that will be its origin or 0. So this point I'll write 0. Okay, which means this is the 0 of x also, this is the 0 of y also. Okay, now when I am plotting the points, I have to take equal distance between all the points. Okay, so all the numbers actually. So suppose I want to plot 1. Okay, so if I am taking 10 small boxes, after covering 10 small boxes, if I am plotting over here 1, that means after this 10 small boxes only I can mark 2. Okay, if I am taking 20 small boxes and I am marking it 1 over here, then after 20 small boxes only I can mark 2. Okay, but here I am taking only 10 small boxes. Okay, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, after 10 boxes I am taking 1, and after so after when I plot 2, again after 10 boxes I'll plot 2. Okay, and you see this graph, in this graph it is already, these thicker lines are indicating equal divisions. Okay, so better follow that lines. Okay, so it's easy for me to now put the numbers. Okay, draw the number line 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, right? And similarly positive axis, if I draw, this will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3, this will be 4, this will be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, so okay, and this side also similarly, as I am taking negative of x, so this will be -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9. Okay, and down it will be 10 division after it I am taking, so this will be -1. Now this -1 is of which axis? It is of y axis. Okay, so -1, -2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, minus 8, minus 9, minus 10. Okay. Now, after you have completed this, it is your duty to write about this graph. Okay, like how much divisions you are taking. Okay, you will write x-axis. Okay, and then you will write 10 small division is equal to 1 unit. Okay, 10 small division is equal to 1 unit. So 1 small division is equal to 0.1 unit. Okay, this is better to write because it will give good impression on the examiners. Okay, for y-axis also you will write 10 small divisions is equal to 1 unit. See, 10 small divisions only are there, no? So that is what I am writing. 10 small division is equal to 1 unit. So 1 small division is equal to 0.1 unit. Okay, you have completed this. Then I am talking about the points. First is 5 minus 2. So I will take 5. 5 means x is 5. So 5 and minus 2. Okay, minus of, that means y-axis is minus. So I'll look in this side. Okay, I'll take 5 and perpendicularly to that point I'll move until and unless I reach minus 2. Now see, this line, this whole line actually is representing minus 2. Whole thick line is representing minus 2. And this whole thick line is representing 5. Okay. So wherever this minus 2's line and this 5 is coinciding, that point I'll put one dot and I'll circle it. Okay, and I'll write there 5 minus 2. Okay. Second is what? Second question was minus 6, 7. Okay. Minus 6 means x is negative. So minus 6 and 7. So 7 is, where is 7? This whole line is representing 7, correct? And this whole line is representing minus 6. So where both the lines coincides, there I'll mark one dot and I'll circle it. And I'll write minus 6, 7. Okay. Now next is 1 and 3, right? 1 and 3. So 1 and 3. So this point. Now I'll write 1, 3. Last one is minus 4, minus 3. Right? Minus 4, minus 3. So it will be, both the numbers are negative. So minus 4 and minus 3 is over here. So where both the lines coincides, this minus 4 line and minus 3 line, wherever it coincides, that point I'll be writing as minus 4, minus 3. This is how we plot points on graph. Now our second question, what was the second question? Second question was that we have to draw the line on graph. Okay, so it was given as 2x plus 3y is equal to 1. So I'll have to make any one as subject to the formula. Okay, so I'm taking y as the subject to the formula. That means what? How much is y for in terms of x? I'll take it out. So 1 minus 2x by 3, right? If I take 2x this side and sign will change, that will become minus 2x and 3 will come as the denominator. So in terms of x, if I want to find out y, it will be 1 minus 2x by 3. Okay, now what will I do? X and y I'll write separately. Okay, and I'll just assume one point of x and I'll see how much value do I get for y for that point. Okay, so let us start with 0. Okay, if I take x as 0, what will be my y? Y will be 1 by 3. Okay, if I take x as 1, okay, x as 1 if I take, what will be y? Y will be minus 1 by 3, right? If I take, see, 2 into 1 will be 2 only, minus 2 plus 1, so it will be minus 1, so it will be minus 1 by 3. Okay, now if I take this one as suppose if I take it as minus 1, okay, what it will be? Minus 1 means what? Minus 1 into minus 2 will be plus 2 plus 1, which means plus 2 plus 1 means 3. 3 means 3 by 3 will be 1. So I got 3 points. Okay, and these numbers I am assuming on my own. Okay, that is user choice. User means we can take any number we can take. Okay, let us take another number. Let us take as 2. Okay, let us assume x as 2. So if I take 2, then 2 into 2 will be 4. So minus 4 plus 1. So that will be minus 3. Minus 3 when it minus 3 by 3 will be minus 3 by 3 will be minus 1. Understood? You need to just substitute. I am showing it for you. Okay, if you are unable to understand. Okay, for the first one, 1, 2 into 0 by 3, which means 1 by 3. How did I get these numbers? I am showing you. Okay, so 1 minus 2 into 1 by 3, which means minus 1 by 3. This will be 1 minus 2 into minus 1 by 3, which is equal to 1 plus 2 by 3. Okay, this is 3 by 3, which means 1, and the same way 1 minus 2 minus 1, okay, by 3, which means 3 by 3, which is equal to so it will be 3 by 3 minus 3 by 3 will be minus 1. Okay, this is how I have got all the points. Now first this one means what? Now 1 by 3 means what? When I divide 3 by 1, okay, how much do I get? 3 3s are 9, and again comes. This is non-ending. Okay, so 0.3 we will take. Okay, so this is as well as writing 0.3. This is what then? Minus of 0.3. Okay, so I have 0 and 0.3. Okay, so 0 is my x, okay, and 0.3 for y. So 0.3 how will I take? Now here already I have written one small division is equal to 0.1. So 3 small divisions will be 3 into 0.1, which means 1, 2 and 3. After 3 I'll mark one point over here. Okay, understood? Why I have marked on the y-axis? Because x is 0. When x is 0, this is the 0th point. This whole line will be representing 0 for x. Okay, and this whole line will be representing 0 for y. So on this line only, if point 3, if I have to plot, then I'll move 3 steps. Okay, 3 small divisions I'll take, and then I'll put one mark. Okay, second point is what? Second is 1 minus 0.3. Okay, x is positive, okay, 1, and y is negative, that is minus 0.3. So 1, 2 and 3. So I'll mark over here. Okay, understood? Okay, now third one is what? X is minus 1, y is 1. Okay, so x is minus 1 means what? X minus 1, this one, and y is 1. So my point will be here. X minus 1, y is 1. Okay, and the fourth one is what? 2 minus 1. So x is 2, y is minus 1. X is 2, y is minus 1. So minus 1 this side. So now my work is, I have got 4 points, right? Now my work is to join the 4 points. Okay, now it may happen, so here I am getting one easy, means when I am plotting with the scale, I am getting one straight line. But it may happen so that points may be lying this side of the scale, some lying this side of the scale, and it is difficult for you to draw the line. Usually this happens in physics. When you go up into higher classes and draw graphs, you will see some points may be lying this side of the scale, some will be lying this side of the scale. So what you will do, you will, like, if you have 5 points, like, you have to plot a line in such a way that 3 lines fall into this side, one side of the scale, and 3 lines fall on the other side of the scale. In this way you have to draw the line. Okay, so I have drawn this line, and I'll put 2 arrow marks. Okay, and I'll write the equation of the line. What was our equation? Our equation was, see, 2x plus 3y is equal to 1. So I'll write over here 2x plus 3y is equal to 1. Okay, and it will be better that while drawing these points, you write the points also. It will give good impression of you to the examiner. So this point was 1, minus 1 and 1. This was 0.3. This was 1 minus 0.3, and this was 2 and minus of 1. Okay, so this is how we plot graphs. Hope you have understood how we have how to plot points, how to draw graphs, and we will be back again with next video. Okay, till then buy one graph book and practice lots of graph. Okay, thank you.